Hi everyone! Today we're going to be digging and storing ranunculus corms. Now, less than a month ago, these beds were brimming with Aviv Picardy Cafe and Aviv Picardy pink-white ranunculus flowers. I absolutely adored their tissue paper petals, exquisite rose form, and long vase life. And although growing ranunculus requires extra time and effort, digging and storing the corms is really a breeze. Now, ranunculus began to bloom in late spring and will continue to bloom into the early summer. Similar to a pansy, they go dormant once summer's heat really kicks into high gear. And what you'll see is that they'll stop flowering, then the plants will yellow before eventually browning. And once this occurs, the corms can be dug and stored. Now, generally, gardeners in zone 6B and colder should dig and store the corms. Although the leaves can handle the frost, the corms and the roots cannot experience a freeze-thaw cycle. Also, leaving the corms in the ground leaves them susceptible to rotting from sitting in cold, wet soil. And also, mice and wolves consider ranunculus corms a really tasty treat. So here in my zone 6B garden, I feel like it's better to be safe rather than sorry. And so I always dig and store my ranunculus corms. So as you can see, my ranunculus plants are completely brown at this point. And so what I want to do when that occurs is go ahead and dig up the plant with the corm attached. The corms are located only about 2 inches under the ground. So I'm just using my grandma's trowel for this. And then I'll just pull up the corm, brush off the soil. Then I'll take my snips and just remove all of the dead foliage and dead flowering stalks. Often the corms will multiply underground, and they're really easy to just pull apart. That one just pulled apart in my hand. So what was 1 ranunculus corm going into the ground is now 2. So I have all my corms dug up, I have the foliage removed, and next what I want to do is wash and dry the corms. So I want to wash the corms, get rid of any soil, and then the most important part is I want to allow them to dry in my home for at least 2 days or as long as it takes for them to fully dry out. We don't want ranunculus corms to go into storage moist or wet because that can cause molding and rotting. And that's really where you lose a lot of corms, I think, more so than the location of where they're stored. So once the corms are clean and dry, I transfer them into mesh bags. This is just an old daffodil bag. First, I'll put a label with the variety name because it's really easy to forget what variety is what. Then I'll place all my clean and dry ranunculus corms into the mesh bag. And I'll place this mesh bag in a dark, dry, relatively cool to even room temperature location over the winter. Any area that doesn't experience temperatures below freezing or doesn't experience excessive heat, and more importantly, humidity, is a great storage location. In the past, I've stored them in the basement, the addition of our home, a spare closet, a pantry would be great. The most important thing is that you just want to avoid an area that has high humidity, excessive heat, or excessive cold, but they're very forgiving in terms of an ideal temperature. I feel like a basement is just the easiest location. And then all there is to do is in the late winter, take these out of storage and start the pre-sprouting process all over again. Well, I sure hope this video was helpful, and from all of us here at Longfield Gardens, happy gardening. Bye!